What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Rainmaker podcast. I'm John Dietz, speaker, trainer, coach with John Dietz Coaching and business builder with eXp Realty. Today, we're going to talk about the future of real estate. And before we do that, I would kind of want to go back in the past and talk about what real estate looked like in the last 20 to 30 years. When you go back and you look at a real estate model going back to, let's say, 30, 40 years ago, you had a dependent broker model where real estate agents were dependent on the broker. The broker was doing a lot of the work for the agents. They were providing leads for the agents. They were loading listings, doing contract to close, providing marketing, signs, and real estate agents, for the most part, were on a 50-50 split. Uh, it was a very profitable business, as you can probably imagine. Still profitable, but we're going to get into this a little bit more deep here in just a moment. Now, as time goes on, the industry is starting to evolve, and we have disruption going on in our industry right now at a rate that we've never seen before. By the way, that disruption started with the introduction of a platform revenue share model by eXp in 2009. When you look at the real estate industry as a whole over the last 7 years, the fastest growing companies are platform model rev share businesses. eXp, for example, has grown from 7,000 agents to 90,000 agents. They did that in a period of about 3.5 to 4 years. So let's talk about the future of real estate. And I am going to go over this complicated graph behind you, or picture, or model, or whatever you want to call it. So when you look at a typical real estate brokerage, and today we're going to look at franchise models, you have the brokerage at the top, you have regional franchise owners, local franchise owners, and then you have expenses, the two biggest being rent and staff. And then we have you guys down here at the bottom, the real estate agent. Now, if an average real estate agent office has 150 agents, and I'm going with big offices, not smaller ones, okay? If the average large brokerage real estate office has 150 agents, and we know the average agent, according to NAR, sells 4 homes per year, which, by the way, it's not even four right now. There were 4 million homes sold in the US last year. There's approximately 1.5 million real estate agents. I mean, do the math. It's not four, but we'll go with four for this conversation. So that's 600 homes sold. If the average commission is 2.5%, again, on average, and the average price home is right at about 400,000, and we're looking at $10,000 as the average commission. Now, if you're on an 85-15 split, either that's just your split, or you're on an 80-20 split and you have a cap and it averages out at about 85-15. And I'm not even bringing franchise fees into the conversation. I could, but I'm not going to. That means out of that average $10,000 commission with 600 homes being sold, you're generating $6 million in gross commission income for the office. At 15%, that's 900,000 in company dollar to the office, or $75,000 per month. Now let's talk about these expenses. The two biggest fixed expenses are rent and staff. If those are averaging out at about $25,000 per month, you're paying $25,000 in rent, you're paying $25,000 in staff, and then you have a variable expense of about 20% of the company dollar that is coming into the office. Put another way, the variable expense is going to run you about $15,000 a month on average. All right, so you take total company dollar of $75,000 for the month minus all of the expenses. You have $10,000 left in profit for the month, or an average of about $120,000 a year. And if you talk to most franchise owners, they'll tell you that number is about right. Now, some are making more, some are making less, some are losing money, but it's going to average out. Now, as the market continues to evolve, as we're watching this major disruption going on in the industry, one of the side effects of that disruption is you're going to see commissions get squeezed. All right. In other words, you're going to earn less money per deal. It's just a fact. Now, you're going to be able to bunny trail. You're going to be able to make the same amount of money you're making now. Because with the introduction of artificial intelligence and all of the technology that's been introduced into the industry, you're going to be able to close more deals in less time. So there will be fewer agents selling more homes, making less per deal, but pretty much making the same amount of money every year. That's a good thing. It's not a good thing for your office. I'll explain. So let's go back to the same conversation. We've got 150 agents in the okay. You've got 150 agents in the office. You're still averaging 4 sales per agent, which means you're bringing in 600 closed sales at an average of $8,000 now, uh, which is a total of $4,800,000 for the year. We're going to still take that times 50%. That's 720,000 in company dollar for the year, or $60,000 per month. Your rent's not going down. If anything, it's going up. Uh, Staff, the cost to pay all of your employees, not going down. If anything, it's going up, but we'll use the same amount. So we'll still say you have $25,000 in rent, $25,000 for staff, 25,000 for staff, and you got variable expenses of 12,000. So if you take $60,000 in company dollar for the month and you subtract 25,000 for rent, 25,000 for staff, and 12,000 for variable expenses, that's a net loss of $2,000. It's actually $5,000, excuse me. That's a net loss of $5,000 or $60,000 for the year. Now, here's a question. How long can that real estate office stay open, losing $60,000 a year? My answer is not very long. And what I think the future of the industry is going to look like is we're going to have um, fewer real estate companies, just like there's disruption in any other part of industry. Take, for example, your phone. All right. Everybody remembers before the smartphone was introduced, you had BlackBerry, Android, Palm Pilot. You had all of these different phones, Razor, flip phones. You had all these different phones that you could choose from. Once the smartphone was introduced, we had major disruption, and the end result is you either have an iPhone or an Android. You're going to always have two, maybe three companies that are going to come out at the top and survive disruption. Same thing's going to happen in the real estate space. It's going to be platform companies. It's going to be platform companies like EXP, because EXP has a model that is based on a 50-50 partnership with the brokerage, where the real estate agents own more than 50% of the company. They share in the revenue 50-50, and the real estate company doesn't have the expenses that this model over here has. They don't have the rent, they don't have the staff, they don't have all of the variable expenses. So they're built to last, and you're going to see the future of the real estate industry is going to be probably two. It might be three, but it's probably going to be two platform revenue share models. I put EXP at the top of that list because they've been around the longest. They're the most successful. They're the largest. They're most profitable. They're positioned for major growth in the next 5 years. During that same time, you're going to see a lot of real estate companies go out of business. Now, you can believe me or don't believe me. All right. I would encourage you to get the book, Who Moved My Cheese? Read that book. Here's the idea behind the book. Pay attention to the writing on the wall. If you pay attention to what's going on in our industry right now, you're going to see everything I'm telling you is true. Now, what are you going to do with this? If you plan on being in the real estate business 3 years from now, 5 years from now, you're probably going to be at a different brokerage than you are now. Now, you could take advantage of that early, or you can wait and make a move at the last minute. The agents who take advantage of that early are the ones who are going to be the biggest winners. So if you look at EXP, for example, they're at 80,000 real estate agents right now, probably going to grow to about 250,000 agents. What does that look like in stock value? What does that look like in the opportunity to share in 50% of the revenues? It's huge opportunity. It's huge opportunity for those of you who take advantage of it now. All right, so I'm John Dietz. I own a real estate business that I am running on the EXP platform. It is a nationwide business. It's actually global. We're in 28 countries. If you'd like to talk to me about partnering with me, it's not confidential, no pressure meeting. Just take a look at the model with me and see if you want to be in business with me. Not in addition to the advantage and all of the value that you get from the platform, from the brokerage, you also get all of my training, all of my coaching, systems, models, tools, everything that I have to offer. I promise you, your production is going to go up. I'm a trainer and coach. I work for you. If you'd like to schedule time to meet with me, contact information is below. There's a calendar link below. Hit that calendar, schedule some time to meet with me, and I'd love to sit down and chat with you. Okay, again, my name is John Dietz, speaker, trainer, coach with John Dietz Coaching and business builder with eXp Realty. Thank you for joining me. And as always, make it a great day.